At the end of the last film, Archangel Gabriel had been sent to hell by Lucifer, and all was right with the world. At the start of the Prophecy 2, Lucifer decides that hell is too small for the two of them and lets Gabriel return to Earth, completely negating everything he said at the end of the first film. Sequels! Thomas Daggett is now being played by Bruce Abbott from the Reanimator movies, but don't get too used to him because he's only here to rant about Gabriel coming back, and then Gabriel comes back and immediately kills Daggett. Our focus then shifts to Flashdance Jennifer Beals, a nurse on her way to work when suddenly a body crashes into her car. He's gonna die, but then he doesn't because he's an angel, and then upon release from the hospital, he asks to walk her home. When they arrive, he's all, "Do you want to get touched by an angel?" And she's all... So yeah, she's pregnant, and it's one of those weirdo horror movie pregnancies where she's already 2 or 3 months pregnant a day later. By the way, her doctor friend is Elizabeth Dennehy, who was Commander Shelby briefly on Star Trek The Next Generation. And didn't it seem like she was going to be a bigger deal in the Star Trek universe? Yeah, my mind is already wandering, sorry. Anyway, the crux of this movie is that angels like putting babies in ladies, so that there are Jim Henson's Nephilim babies. Gabriel doesn't like this. That's all I can really glean from the plot. He wants to stop the baby from being born because that would be bad for him, I think. Dark Souls, no longer part of his agenda. Just stop that baby. He even has another speech where he says he doesn't have to bother explaining himself to everyone.
Let's understand each other. I sang the first hymn. The stars were born. Not that long ago, I announced to a young woman, Mary, who it was she was expecting. On the other hand, I've turned rivers into blood. Kings, criminals, cities to salt. So, I don't think that I have to explain myself to you.
Honestly, that's just a lazy way out of writing actual plot. The medical examiner from the first film is here again to provide some context to Beals' character, who's now trying to figure out why angels are trying to kill her angel baby. Ethan Embry is also in these scenes for a few seconds and says nothing. That's really weird. She hides in a church at one point because she's told that Gabriel won't kill her in a church. However, the silent alarm has been tripped, and apparently in LA, one silent alarm at a small church brings out 800 cops who are stunting into the scene, guns drawn. That chaos eventually leads to a finale, shot at the Dutch Angle power plant, and none of the sequence feels like it was shot by the same crew as the rest of the film. Eric Roberts is here as Michael, John Travolta from that movie, and he doesn't do much. Confrontation, blah blah blah, Beals and Walken fall to their death, but again, movies tell us that as long as you ride someone down to the ground, they take the brunt of it and you'll be fine. She goes off to have her baby, and Michael turns Gabriel human, so in the end, he's just a homeless dude. Props again for not being a bullshit horror ending, but still, ugh.
Hi.
Walken again is the main draw here, although I feel like there's less of him to recommend this time, and the surrounding nonsense is even less interesting than it was in the first movie. There's lots of recycled footage from the Prophecy 1 also, which, boo. Gabriel does this thing, both here and in the first movie, where he takes someone who almost dies from suicide and traps their soul on Earth so that they can do his bidding, which in the first one was mainly because Gabriel didn't know how to drive a car.
Hi. Nice hair.
Previously, Adam Goldberg and Amanda Plummer were Gabriel's slaves, but this time around he enlists Brittany Murphy, again because he doesn't understand technology.
So, you're keeping me alive because you don't know DOS?
That's most of the enjoyment you'll get from Walken in this one, especially because some of it seems like it's not even acting on Walken's part. He probably is this confused by some technology.
Yeah, this is Dorfman.
63, report to Rosales residence.
May I ask, you fellas use that to what? Talk to each other?
Yeah? What are you, high? It's a radio, yeah.